At all times in life, we desire something, some sense of achievement, fulfillment, something that speaks to the purpose or meaning in our life and that is tied to our future. Many of us walk through life without really ever achieving the big thing we desire. We might make it close, we may achieve some of the smaller goals, but the larger goals somehow slip through our fingers. Why is that? Why are so many people stuck in this endless loop of getting excited to do something and achieve a goal in their life, and they never actually achieve it? Then they choose to chase after a new goal, completely forgetting the old goal behind. Like many people, I struggled with my weight for years. I'd lose 10 or 15 pounds and then gain a few pounds back. I'd be really happy that I lost weight, but I was never happy that I didn't feel the way I wanted to feel or how I looked. I was so frustrated for so long. I struggled with low confidence, low self-esteem. I felt ugly. Even when I met my now wife, this was something I continued to struggle with. I'm sure she was looking at me through love eyes. But I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to feel that I could be that sexy man my wife could show off and that I could be proud of. And again, maybe she saw me this way, but I didn't see myself this way. And I wasn't that person yet. So what did I need to do? What was the one requirement I needed to make sure I hit to become him? I had to get very clear, intentional, and detailed about what my goal was and create a complete goal for myself. I know, right? I know this is not some big secret. Of course, in order to hit your goals, you have to know what they are. But I mean really understanding what the goal is, not just the outcome you desire. See, the best way to create complete goals is to create SMART goals. Now, you may have heard of this before, and I know I've heard of a few different variations of how to use that acronym SMART for goal setting, and I'm going to share my favorite one with you in just a moment here. But what do most goals sound like? I want to lose weight. I want a better job that pays more money. I want better communication in my relationship, right? All these goals, while admirable, are vague and lacking important information to actually make them achievable. You see, goals are really like a GPS. A GPS needs the exact address of where you're trying to get to. That way, if there are delays, accidents, detours, or any unforeseen incidents, you're still guaranteed to get where you want to go. And that's why we use SMART goals. Using SMART goals is the equivalent of using a building number, street name, city, state, and zip code. Now, I know I just told you there are several variations of using the acronym SMART for goal setting. So here's my favorite one to use. S stands for specific. If we're not specific, we're shooting in the dark and drastically lowering our chances of actually hitting our target. The M stands for measurable. We need a way to measure our progress. How are we going to track the distance from where we are now to where we want to get to? This is how we determine if we need to adjust our approach or our route, so to speak. Now, the A stands for actionable. What steps, what methods, what strategies are we going to use to get from where we are to where we'd like to be? The R stands for realistic. Given your current tools and resources, are you realistically able to get from where you are to where you'd like to be? Are you realistically able to achieve your goals? If you want to get to Italy and you're in California and the only method of transportation you have is a car, is it realistic for you to believe you're going to get there? We don't want to set ourselves up for failure and disappointment on day one. The T stands for time sensitive. When would you like to get to your goal by? When would you like to arrive? Having time sensitive goals gives us a sense of urgency. It keeps us motivated and focused. It requires us to be diligent, consistent, and have a thought out plan that we can follow to ensure we get to where we want to be in a timely manner. And we're not working on the same goals for years and decades, or even worse, forgetting about them completely. Now, have you actually used this approach to achieve any goals in your life before? You may have used it at work or back in school, and if so, great. It may be time to put this skill back to work. If not, this is going to be great for you. Here's what I want you to do. Grab a sheet of paper and a pen and write down specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, time sensitive. And then for each word, I want you to fill in a detailed response. What's the specific goal? I want to lose X amount of pounds. I want to make X amount of money. Get as specific as you can. How can you measure your progress towards your goal? Are you going to measure it in weight? Are you going to measure it in money? What action will you take to achieve your goal? Are you going to get a second job? Are you going to start exercising more? Is the goal realistic? And if so, do you have the resources, or are you able to get the resources to complete it? What's the timetable you're going to give yourself to reach your goal? You want to make sure this is fair. Don't say you're going to become a millionaire in a month and today you're broke with no job. All right, now I want you to read over this and make sure all the elements and components make sense. Is your time realistic? Are the actions you're going to take doable? Will the action you want to take allow you to realistically complete your goal in the given time? Again, we want to make sure we're not setting ourselves up for failure on day one. Now, most likely, as you go through this process, your goals may slightly change and you may have to revise them a few times. And that's completely okay, especially when you dig into why you want your goals. Knowing why you want what you want is super important to the process of actually achieving your goals. I've actually made a video on that, and I suggest you check it out when you get a second. I'll make sure to link it at the end of this video. Now, let me know what you guys think about this information down here in the comments. Share your experiences. I want to make sure I'm continually learning and expanding my knowledge from all of you as well. Now, go take advantage of all the opportunity life gives you to grow and have a victorious day. Peace.